Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt tension in the air? Nobody said anything, nothing obvious happened, but somehow you knew. You knew who was upset. You knew who was pretending. You knew whether you should speak or stay quiet. And maybe you've also noticed something else. You are not the same person with everyone. With one group, you're confident. With another, you're careful. With someone else, you become quiet, agreeable, almost invisible. Like your personality has multiple versions, and you switch between them automatically. Most people think that's just sensitivity. It isn't. For many people, this starts in childhood, not in a classroom, not with friends, but at home. Some children grow up learning math and language. Others grow up learning emotional survival. And that training doesn't disappear when childhood ends. It turns into abilities. Abilities that feel exhausting, confusing, sometimes isolating. Today we're going to talk about 4 of those abilities. They often feel like flaws, but they are actually powerful skills once you understand them. By the end of this video, you might finally understand why your mind works the way it does, and why you've always felt just a little different. Stay with me.
Picture a child entering a house after school. Before seeing a face, before hearing a word, they already know how the evening will go. They read footsteps, silence, the way objects are handled, the rhythm of breathing. That child learns something most adults never learn. People rarely say what they feel. They show it. So the brain adapts. It starts tracking tone changes, micro-expressions, energy shifts. As an adult, this becomes your human radar. You can sense dishonesty quickly. You feel fake kindness before others notice. You detect tension long before conflict starts. People call it intuition. But for you, it never turns off. Even at a party, even during conversations, even while relaxing, part of your mind is still scanning. You notice everything, which is helpful and exhausting. Here's the hidden advantage. Because you learned emotional patterns early, manipulation rarely surprises you now. You recognize it before it reaches you. The same sensitivity that drains you also protects you.
Let me ask a strange question. Who are you when nobody expects anything from you? Some people answer instantly. Others pause, because they've spent years adjusting. As a child, authenticity sometimes caused conflict, so adaptability became safety. You learned when to speak, when to shrink, when to be impressive, when to disappear. Over time, this turns into social mastery. You can talk to almost anyone. Different personalities feel comfortable around you. You understand what people need emotionally. You fit everywhere. But there's a cost. If you constantly adjust, you rarely stop to check what you actually feel. So sometimes you wonder, do people like me or the version I showed them? Here's the truth. Adaptability is a powerful social intelligence. You just weren't meant to use it to erase yourself. When you stop performing, the right people. And that's not loss. That's clarity.
You probably struggle to relax without guilt. Even resting feels undeserved. Your mind searches for tasks, improvements, responsibilities. Because at some point, effort equaled safety. Mistakes had consequences. So you became dependable. You finished things others abandoned.
You function during stress. You solve problems under pressure. People admire your discipline. But internally, it doesn't feel like discipline. It feels like you're not allowed to stop. Here's the paradox. Your resilience came from pressure, but your future growth requires permission to pause. Rest isn't laziness. It's regulation. Without it, survival mode never ends. You already proved your strength by enduring. Now, strength means allowing calm.
The hardest ability to notice is emotional disconnection. If emotions were dismissed early in life, the brain learns to minimize them. So as an adult, you analyze feelings instead of feeling them. You question whether reactions are valid. You prepare for disappointment during good moments. You stay composed during crises. Others rely on you. But privately, sometimes everything feels distant. Not empty, just muted. That's not a lack of emotion. It's stored emotion. Your mind learned safety through control. And now healing means slowly allowing experience again. Anger without guilt. Joy without suspicion. Sadness without explanation. Your feelings were never excessive. They were simply unsupported.
So, these 4 patterns often appear together. You sense everything. You adapt easily. You keep going endlessly. You struggle to feel freely. They began as protection. But protection doesn't have to become a prison. The same awareness that once kept you safe can now help you choose better people. The same adaptability that hid you can help you connect authentically. The same endurance that pushed you forward can now build a balanced life. Nothing about this makes you damaged. It means your mind learned quickly. And now you finally get to decide when those abilities work and when they rest. If this helped you understand yourself even a little, write "I see it now" in the comments. I read them all. And today's shout out goes to Will Shift. Appreciate you being part of this journey. See you in the next one.